Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited for today's video because I just tried out some new products and I am super excited to share them with you. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, which I haven't had a chance to play around with, so we do that for the eyes. And then we play around with some cheek stains and lip liner stains. But you've got to watch to see what we're talking about. Now you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see what products I used and how I got this look, just keep watching. Okay guys, we're gonna dive in and play around with some of the items that I've picked up or had sent to me. Today we're playing around with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Palette. I have been loving the Spice palette. I almost dropped it. This is my everyday for work. It has so much love. If you have not picked up the Spice palette and you like neutrals, this palette gets so much love. I am probably about to hit pan on this shade. I've been using this shade right here for like every day, but this is a really good neutrals palette to like travel with. And I've done a video for this, so if you want to see that, definitely go check that out. But Sugar has some colorful shades in here, the shimmers for sure. So we're going to swatch it. We're going to see what it's all about. I hate that it's taken me this long to play around with it, but finally getting stuff unpacked and put away, and the drawer for like testing products, that's finally like, it's got some stuff in there that I'm like, okay, I need to go through this and actually play around with it. The shades in here, there's about 3 mattes, and then there's kind of like a sequin shade where it's a matte with glitter. And then you have these beautiful shimmers, a suede, and then actually I think this one's a sequin too. Yeah, this one down here. The one thing with ABH, they don't have names on their shades. So it's like Alpha 1, Alpha 2. I'm gonna swatch it, but there's really no shade names. So let me go ahead, swatch, because I'm looking at this and I was like, okay, granted, I might, depending on how this looks on the eye, I could probably use that one for work along with these 2 shades. But otherwise, the rest of this palette, not really getting away with it. All right, so let me swatch. We'll see. And then, of course, I am so excited. Some PR that was sent to me, and I was not expecting this brand to reach out. It's Sacheu Beauty. Sacheu? They have their, like, best-selling lip stain lip liner. I've wanted to pick it up and try it, but I haven't had a chance. Just there's too much going on. And then they've also released their contour and blush, and for summer I'm like, ooh, I need that, because when my face starts to sweat and we're outside playing around and it's really warm, especially in Norfolk, Virginia, it's gonna get warm. Right now we're about 60-70 degrees, so not bad temperature, but when it gets to be the 90s, I don't know if I want to be outside that often. Makeup starts to run, it doesn't always look perfect. So I'm trying these out today, especially knowing that we're going to be outside. It's supposed to get into like the mid 70s today, so not too hot. But I want to try it out. I want to see. I love a good contour and blush, and if it's a stain and it's supposed to stay all day, I want to test it. And the lip liner, I have seen it all over my TikTok and Insta, YouTube, like it is everywhere. It is viral. So when they reached out to me and said, hey, pick a couple items, I was like, absolutely. And depending on what I think, I will pick up more. So we're going to dive in, do that, and see what it's all about. Okay, you guys, swatches aren't bad. There's the one at the bottom right, the last shade, kind of felt a little gritty. Not a big deal. Swatches aren't everything. Kind of gives you an idea of the consistency and how it's going to feel. But until you use a brush or your finger and you start playing around with it and the blendability and how they are cohesive together, swatches do not give you the entire story. The shimmers in the middle row, really pretty. The silver, pink, and blue. The blue kind of has like almost a periwinkle. It's not a true, like it's, I'd say baby blue to a periwinkle. Really pretty. And then the top 3 shades, the nudes, I really like them. The sequin one, the silver glitter, it's not like overly glittery, which is good. And then the bottom row, that sequin shade in the middle, it's kind of like a reddish brown, but has pink glitter. That one has more glitter deposited in it than the top sequin in the 3rd pan. Or what is that, A3? Yes, A3. Really pretty shades. I'm excited to dive in, play around, see what I can come up with. It probably, for the most part, it's staying neutral. Might use the blue shimmer. I don't know. I decided to wear a green shirt. I just wanted something light and airy if we're going to be outside, and depending on how warm it gets outside, I don't want dark colors. I made that mistake when we went to Orlando. I was wearing a lot of black and I was like, I grew up down here. How did I forget that the sun's gonna be absorbed into my black t-shirts and make me feel like it's 10 times hotter than it really is? Mistakes were made, but I'm not making that mistake today. So I'm gonna play around, see, let me go prime my eyes and make a decision on what colors I want to use. Okay, I'm gonna start out with A2. This one is just a pale tan and then might deepen it up a little bit in the outer corner. There is quite a bit of kick up, so that's not a big deal. Some people don't like kick up. I don't mind it because it means that, I mean, make sure to tap it off if it's too much, but I hate when I tap into a pan and it's too hard packed that I can't get enough color payoff on my brush, and all of a sudden I'm just dipping in and dipping in and dipping in, and it seems like nothing's depositing on the eye. This, however, is not the problem. Really pretty shade. I could definitely use this for work. You guys, the weather here looks gorgeous. It's not supposed to rain until Tuesday. It is Saturday morning. Just gonna meet up with some friends. Luke has to work, but it's his group of friends that's like, hey, come out and join us and hang out. Knowing that he's on duty, I do have to drop food off for him because someone forgot his lunch and dinner in the fridge, and the ship does not have food on board right now. So on my way to Strawberry Fest, I'm gonna stop by the ship and drop it off for him. I asked him what he was doing when I was deployed, like, when you forgot your food. He was like, I wasn't cooking. I was like, then how are you getting food? He was like, I was just getting it from Uber Eats, or I'd have a friend drop it off at the ship. I was like, sir, you can't keep doing that. All right, I'm gonna dive into Charlie 3, or C3. I'm gonna start out with my fluffy crease brush. We're gonna just get a little smokiness, but then I will deepen it up with my larger compacted smudge brush. And since I've been home, he's like, can you make this? Can you make that? And I was like, do you just give me a list of stuff that you missed that I've used to cook? And he's like, no, I'll just let you know as I feel it. And I'm like, I have to build a grocery list. I can't just go to the grocery store every day because all of a sudden you're having a craving. But I've been trying to cook some of his favorite meals, especially because he's going to be gone soon. But there are also some of the things that like I missed cooking. All right, so that's a start. It's kind of a gray, not a brown. And I guess this will help because I think I'm going to use the blue shade. I'm just going to put it closer to the center before I start smoking it out. I'm just tapping it into place. Nice gradient. I just don't want it too heavy on the outside. I don't mind it being a little bit bolder towards the center because when I put that blue on, it's going to give it a different effect as well. But I just want that smokiness on the outside. Okay, and now dropping into B3. Since it's the only shimmer I'm going to use my ring finger. Very pretty. I'm interested to see what it looks like when I tap it into place. Okay, so it's kind of concentrated. It's not one of those that's just kind of like a topper. Really pretty. I will use the deeper shade to like kind of push it back a little bit. And then I do need my silicone spatula. Very pretty. Let me go do this eye, some base products. I'll be back because we have more things that are fun to play with. Okay, you guys. So base products are started, but I have some new products that I was sent in PR and want to try out. This is the Sacheu Beauty Contour Stain. So I've seen their lip liner stain all over my TikTok, Insta, YouTube. I've been excited to try it out. I haven't picked it up, just trying to get back and get into a rhythm. But then they reached out and asked me if they could send me a couple items. So I picked out a couple different stains, including their blush. So I'm really excited to try this out. I have mine in the shade Giving Drama. And since it's all over my feed, I've seen a lot of videos on like how to use it. The lip liner stain, it like creates a peelable like layer. This, however, does not. Also, less is more. So I did start to like push it up and like feed it through the cushion just to kind of get an idea of like how warm it is. So I am only going to start with just one dot. Also, because it's fresh and new, like one dot might not be. I've seen some where they like have a lot of product pushed through and I was like, why? That's just so much. But everyone's like, be cautious, use one dot, go from there. So we'll start right here. And I want to say this is a little bit warmer than I would normally do for contour. I do like a cooler, and it just kind of disappeared. Maybe because it's fresh. We'll do that. Also, contour is not usually like bam in your face, but also I want it to look natural and not look like it didn't blend in properly. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So color is starting to pay off. And that's the other thing is this is medium. When I was looking at the shade, I still have the box for it because I just opened it. So this is medium cool. I might need a deeper shade depending. We'll go with a little bit more. But like I said, it's brand new, fresh, just opened. I wanted to do like first impressions with you guys. I really like how this looks just initially and how easy it is to just blend it in. Okay, let's see. And I usually do like a different brush on my forehead for like my bronzer, but this is contour stain, but it is a little bit warmer, like I said, than I usually go for. And I'm not like, I'm only pushing up a little bit of the product because like once you push it up, it's not going to go back down. And I hate when it makes a huge mess inside of like the cap, but I do like the component because when you're pushing this up, it's just slowly pushing the product out and you're not going to waste anything, but also unless you like put it in a container like that accidentally like twist it, which is unlikely, it's not going to make a mess like some of my squeezy tube ones, which those do get messy. Okay, so this side has contour, forehead, cheeks. I could probably even, like I can see the difference between no bronzer or no contour and contour. And I didn't even do like my jaw area. Okay. You guys, that is so easy and seamless. Maybe it is the right shade. Now I'm excited to see like the staying power and like how long it lasts. Just click up a little bit more. That should be good. Okay, what the heck is happening there? Oh, because you guys, my forehead, because I got it burned at the 5K, is peeling. That's not the product. That was my poor decisions to not add more sunscreen during a 5K. I just know like when I go running, I don't like carrying stuff with me. I don't want a backpack. I don't want like a crossbody, like nothing. I just don't want anything extra while I'm running. It's just not my thing. We're gonna blend that together because that looks really good. I do. And make sure to like drag it down your neck so it all blends together and is cohesive. Okay, I really like how that looks so far. If you have not tried this, let me know. Are you picking it up? Are you intrigued? Like not everyone contours anymore. I know that I like doing it because it just helps with my cheeks be a little bit more defined. And I appreciate that. All right. Okay, the next stain is the blush stain. And I have mine in the shade I'm Guilty. Ooh. That. We're just going to start with that. It's kind of on the purplish side, kind of like mauve-y in tone. That is really pretty. It has a really pretty flush. I don't know if I need more. I might just a little bit right there. Tap, tap. That is really gorgeous. Then right here on the nose, just a smidge. Don't need a lot. The purple shade can be like, oh, okay, I wasn't really looking for purple. But once it's blended out, it is really gorgeous. Just a really pretty light flush. Nothing too intense. I might just a little bit more right there. Okay. This one I did probably push too much product out. It's fine. I'll just be really careful when putting the cap back on. Really, really pretty. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and powder and then we will finish off the eyes. Okay, you guys, diving back into the sugar palette to finish off the under eye. I'm gonna go back into A2 and C3 on my little tiny smudge brush. And then into C3. We're gonna put this just lightly underneath the eye, not too deep. And then switch over to the larger compacted smudge brush. And just tap, tap, tap on the outer edge. Okay, you guys, I need to go do brows, liner, mascara. I will be back for lips. Actually, you guys, I'm gonna do my lip liner because it has to dry down. So we're gonna go ahead, line lips, then I'll do brows, liner, mascara, and then we'll do the peeling of this. I have it in the shade Paint. So everyone's talking about how it's super liquidy in the beginning and then it gets a little bit thicker over time. I'm gonna make sure that I shake it a little bit just to make sure that it's like fully incorporated, especially because like even my liquid lipsticks, if I let them sit for a second, they will kind of like, they need to be mixed together just to make sure. So I always like to like shake mine together, make sure that there's nothing broken apart. And it always makes me like, I see this and I was like, oh, that is really dark to be pink. But I have watched quite a few videos and I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm not sure if I just want to do lip liner because I'm not a huge fan of just the liner trend. I do like having it all over my lips. I'm just trying to make sure I get all of it. I really hate lining my lips not like normally, but this, like if it lasts all day, I'm excited for that. I love the idea of not having to reapply my lip liner and carry it with me. I'm excited for this. It looks crazy right now. Because the other thing, like, they're not always the same. It's already starting to like dry a little bit. That looks crazy, right? It's fine. We're gonna let this dry. I'm gonna go do my brows, liner, mascara. I will be back and we will peel this off. Okay, you guys, now it's time to peel off the lip stain. Recommended is like 2 minutes, but I've had enough time to do brows, liner, mascara and everything, so it's definitely dry. I feel it on the lips. So just kind of move your lips around and see it's starting to like come off. But that is really pretty. Oh, that is gorgeous. And I have a thing with like red where I'm just like, I'm not so sure. Now there's still some areas where it didn't like completely come off and I could sit there trying to pick at it. Just get like a damp tissue. And see the way I like applied it, it kind of feathered right here. So it's not like too crazy. This was the first time I ever used it. So like this is not bad for first attempt. Now I do have a lip gloss for on top of it. This is the Tower 28 Lip Softy Tinted Lip Treatment in Ube Vanilla. I picked this up during the Sephora sale and it is a deeper shade, but I feel like on top of this, it's gonna be gorgeous. Because it's like a similar shade, it should fill in some of the areas where it's not like completely. You guys, this looks gorgeous. It looks like I just like bit into a bunch of cherries. This is absolutely gorgeous. And I wasn't sure. I was very nervous when I was like, oh, pink. This is a lot darker than pink, but I like it. You guys, this is everything. Like this is the final look. I'm probably gonna pick up a couple more shades. There were a couple ones, I think it's like nude and then a mauve. I think mauve was sold out when I was trying to like pick out a shade. I really like this with the lip gloss on top of it. Like so gorgeous. I think this is gonna be like my go-to for a little while. Cause even the lip gloss, like when it's just, I'm not gonna be worried about it dragging like deep dark color through my face if my hair gets stuck in the wind or whatever. This is so pretty. It has the prettiest effect. Ooh, I really like this. Let me know your thoughts. I could keep saying that I like it. Let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments. I'm really glad that I finally used the sugar palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This has been in my collection for probably about 2, 3, 4 months now that I haven't been able to use it. It just seemed like I kept getting caught up with work or people wanted to hang out or just prepping for departure. So I was like, let me finally sit down and play around with this. And then of course this, the contour, really pretty. I feel like I could actually go a little bit deeper with the contour. I was just trying it out. I was just checking it out, seeing, but once I put powder on, like I can still see it through here. And even with the blush is really pretty, but I did powder after I put the stain on. I didn't want to test it on top of powder and like the powder like disturb it to the point that it comes off, but it's supposed to be a stain. So I'm intrigued if I should pick up a deeper shade. I still have like the blushy cheeks right now, which is really pretty, especially for like spring going into summer, which I guess this weekend is what kicks off summer. I might need to pick up some deeper shades. Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried it? Are you picking it up? Do you want to pick it up now, knowing that like there's a product out there? I will look at my skin when I get home from Strawberry Fest and like throughout the day to see like how it wears. I can still see it. Like it's not too light. And then I'm intrigued to see like how the blush, does it fade? Does it stay all day? If it stays this like really pretty flush of color, like I'll be happy. It's really pretty. It's not like I've done some really dramatic blush and been like, ooh, I'll be glad when that fades. I'm excited to see, like, I don't want this to fade. I want it to just be there like it says it's going to. I'm intrigued. Let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments. Let's have that conversation. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications to new videos. If you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.